Seems to be the call of the year so far. The refs are definitely looking for moving picks. Bangs it up to Marcello Blanco. Big boy. Gets the clear done. He's a nice athlete. Had the double earlier, as I mentioned, and he's got some folks back in Nevada listening in and watching today. Oh, that's a nice shot.
Unassisted?
Yep.
Goal.
Goal by Faith Lutheran, Nick Murphy. 1 minute left in the quarter. Score 4-1.
So that's one of the players, as I mentioned earlier, that the coach pointed out as one of the key players. Nice left-handed dodge by Murphy, and that's about as good a shot placement as you're going to have. Lower left, even with a right-handed goalie, it's going to be very tough to get there. Miles Smart taking the draw for Foothill. Interference call. We're going to go Foothill ball.
Foothill ball.
Chad Dupre going to clear it. Little high step. Going to bang it behind. .30 seconds to go in the quarter. Oh, Easton Babon, as we mentioned the other night, he's another one of the 2021. So you got Dupree, Easton Bab, Roman Pistone. So this is an almost all freshman midfield line.
Shot by John.
Fox again. He's been sticking those all year. Oh, nice look inside.
Great save. End of the first quarter. Foothill 4, Faith Lutheran 1.
So at the end of one, we have 4-1 score, Foothill Knights. Wanted to give a shout out back to Nevada to Mike Nolan, who's watching his son, Sean Nolan, number 30. Glad to have you on board. So as I mentioned earlier, or maybe I didn't, had a chance to speak to the coach for Faith Lutheran yesterday. Oh, okay, thanks. Had a chance to speak to the Faith Lutheran coach yesterday. He's a Maryland grad, the 09 team, so they're going to be up at the game tonight, Maryland versus UNC. In earlier college action, Syracuse edged Duke by a goal. Hopkins stormed back. We're down 6-1, stormed back to beat UVA.
I want to thank Max Lax for showing up today, live streaming for all of you. Did want to come out to the beautiful, sunny Southern California. Thanks Scott and his team. And if you're not already on the Twitter page, maxlax.com. Great opportunity to read about sports and lacrosse and everything that matters.
So I didn't mention it earlier. This is Devin Arkeson of LockdownD.com. If you're not playing the kind of defense you would like to play, jump on LockdownD.com. Take a look at the testimonials. That'll say it all. Hit me with an email, and we'll start working on your game. Once again, LockdownD.com.
quarter is about to start. Christy Fox, thank you for attending both games today. Who are you rooting for tonight, Christy?
Hey.
Maryland.
Hey. Were we before?
Look at this!
Are we starting over? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. But before that, were we? The first quarter? Okay. Okay, welcome on board here. Michael Logan takes this draw, wins that one clean, bangs it down the side to Andrew Cumming. Cumming looks across to Fox. Fox, great handle, back up to Geis. Geis sticks it.
Oh, Foothill Lacrosse. That was block of Heath from Josh Fox assist. Foothill 5, Faith Lutheran 1.
That's just good lacrosse. Fox, tough handle, handled it, banged it up to Geis. Geis off stick side, top shelf, high cheese, sticks it. And that was Andrew Cumming, the Fox on the inside, just banging the ball around, moving the ball well. Josh Fox, the assist on that one. Miles Smart's going to take this draw. Puts it out in front. Bad luck there. Smart controlled the draw, just didn't get the ground ball. After one, it was 4-1 score. We're now at 5-1, just pretty much starting the second quarter. It's Mark Joy on the ball. Good ball movement here. Should be able to get topside. Faith Lutheran probably looking for a good possession here. Take a little bit the air out of the ball for one possession and just kind of settle down. Nice shot there, Nick Murphy. Strong dives, left-handed. Jeffrey Keisler on the ball for Foothill. Oh, flag down. We're going to have a slash on Faith Lutheran. Or, I'm sorry, on Foothill. So we'll get our first look at the Faith Lutheran man up.
Penalty on Foothill. Kenny Algio slash 1 minute.
So as we mentioned on the previous broadcast, Foothill traditionally has chased out on man down, which not a lot of teams do, and a lot of teams have a lot of problems even getting the ball around. Now packing it in a little bit, but when they get their opportunity, they'll chase. I think that was pipe.
Shot by Faith Lutheran, and they retained possession. Save Joe Garcia.
So not as pushed out there, and Faith Lutheran got their composure, banging the ball around, and got a good look. Ball is off Foothill. Faith Lutheran will pick it up.
Faith Lutheran ball.
Referee Juarez, known for his dramatic calls, once again stepping in to make it dramatic. I hate him. Oh, nice look right there.
Oh, Faith Lutheran. Drake Mosher with the goal.
That's Drake Mosher, number 1, sticks it. Going back to Miles Smart on the faceoff. So two. Looked like a push previous to that, but refs let it go, and now the Foothill does get the push call. Chad Dupree going to clear the ball. Oh, outstanding to get out of there. He kind of ran himself into trouble, but this kid's a good athlete. Getting out of there is no joke. If the ref had blown it a little bit quicker, Geis would have been wide open. For you younger players, when you see a guy in trouble like that, if you're a good player like Geis, you're going to run to the ball, not fade away from it. Make the pass shorter, make the connection easier. Ooh, tough look inside. That was Riley Ahern inside. Nice ground ball. Oh, Caden Southcal on the nice play on the midline, keeping it in the zone for Foothill. Another freshman. It's Riley Ahern, bangs it behind.
Shot, Troy Hoffer.
It's Troy Hoffer. He's been very, very good this year as well so far. He's tough. That's Hoffer over to Geis. So it looks like right now they have Fox inverted. He would normally play down on the other wing. Over to Geis. Oh, slick play.
Big save for the possession.
Barrick DeBoney again with a good save.
Shot, Josh Fox.
Fox misses the cage. That was a nasty little play. Geis crease kind of came off. Hoffer snuck from behind. Geis being a threat, they're all ball watching, and he bangs it inside to Hoffer. That's big time lacrosse. So Hoffer, who's been playing more up top, is inverted behind as well. Oh, great ground ball. Great ground ball. Well, Marcelo Blanco mystified by the call. Looked like calling a little bit tight, but that's what happens when you get a lot of checks in there. So we'll get another look at the man up.
Penalty on Faith Lutheran. Number 27, Marcelo Blanco / 1 minute. Foothill man up.
Going to start in a 3-3. Fox is going to cut to the crease. Back to 3-3. So kind of starting in a 3-3 set and then a lot of movement in the crease. Right idea, just not the greatest execution on the pass, but absolutely the right idea. As we mentioned on the broadcast the other day, feeding the crease is not the greatest idea from straight up top, but those cross crease feeds in the high school games where you're going to get a lot of easy goals. Faith Lutheran to clear. Foothill's been tough on the ride so far today. So we've got a...
Faith Lutheran, Foothill possession.
For those of you at home, we have a 5-2 count, 6:17 left in the second quarter. Geis is going to bring it in. Back to Andrew Cumming. Wow. So it looks like Faith Lutheran is playing his own, and the backup zone guy didn't come.
Offer assist by Andrew Cumming.
So that's tough. The goalie has been very good in there, Barrick DeBoni. If you give Troy Hoffer that much room, that much time, and those many fakes, it's going in. I can guarantee you that. We're going back to Michael Logan on the face-off. Oh, he wins that one clean. Oh, didn't get the ground ball, but won the move. Push on Foothill, loose ball push. We're going to go Faith Lutheran ball. Foothill going to play pressure D, pushing out.
Failure to advance, Faith Lutheran.
We have a failure to advance. Never got a touch. Oh. Good action. Hoffer looks to be banged up, unfortunately. Heads up play by the goalie. They're coming out. Unfortunately, looks like Hoffer is shaken up. As we mentioned, Hoffer, a sophomore, was a big part of the team's success last year in winning the Orange County Championship. So we hope he's okay.
Foothill lead 6-2. Faith Lutheran has possession.
So it'll be Faith Lutheran ball to clear it. And once again, as we mentioned, Foothill's been tough on the ride today. So look like 10-man ride. Throws it at the goal. They're going to call that a shot. It's a shot.
They retain possession.
So for 10-man rides, you saw it today in a couple of the college games, commonly used. Take a shot, have your attackman sprint to the end line. And wasn't the greatest shot in the world, but his intention is to hit the goal, and the refs called it that way. Caden Sacco on the ground ball. Nice ground ball there. Roman Pistone with the ball, as we mentioned. He's a heck of an athlete. Saw him at High Rollers in November, and he stood out. You just watch the field for 5 minutes, and you see this kid can run. Here he's a very good football player as well.
Save, Faith Lutheran.
Yeah, it does. Count me safe.
Goalie going to walk it up here. Here we go. Bang! Sticks it.
Holy goal.
Sticks it.
Unassisted Barrick DeBone. Faith Lutheran goal by the goalie Barrick DeBone.
Barrick DeBone right down the 405 high cheese. That's one of the most underutilized plays in the game. Usually people are yelling and screaming when the goalie's out. If you're decisive and somebody's going to leave the goalie alone and you can bring it down and you can teach your goalie to shoot, that's your chance to get an easy one. And goals are not coming easy to Faith Lutheran, so that's a big one. We now have a 6-3 score, 4:11 left in the second. We're going back to Miles Smart, wins it clean, sort of out in front to himself, bangs it to Geis. That's a big goal to keep Faith Lutheran in this thing and give them an emotional boost as well. DeBoney's been very good today. You don't hear that every day. 5 saves, 1 goal. You almost never hear that. Easton Babb back on. He's been coming in spurts during the season. He's done a heck of a job. I think he had a couple goals the other night. Two games he's had 2 goals in. Coach Fox, a master at spotting younger players in the right spot to get them the ball.
Shot by Josh Fox. Save.
Another save, DeBoney.
Faith Lutheran possession.
And a follow-up shot by Cumming and backed up by Faith Lutheran. Long pass picked off by Kenny Algio. Gets it to Geis, senior Kenny Algio. Oh. Great move, guys. Tough save by DeBoney again. Josh Fox on the ride. Oh, big whack. You can hear it here.
Foothill penalty. Weight caress slash. 1 minute.
That'll be a 1 minute slash. We'll see what Faith Lutheran can do. I think it's second time man up here. See what they run. Stick around at halftime. If you're tuning in, we're going to shout out, like we did last week, some of the better players around, some of the better performances, some of the younger guys who don't get as much attention. Oh, good pressure defense. As we mentioned earlier, this goes back to the Ray Ralph era here when he ran the defense. They pressure man up. Oh,
Joey Garcia.
Great stop, Garcia. That's a big stop. Here comes another one. Oh, Garcia again. Huge save, Joey Garcia. Nick Murphy had time, room, let it rip. Garcia, tough bounce shot. Got to go here, got to hustle to get it over. Yep, got to get a touch. Here we go, right up to Geis. Nice play, Mark Joy. No hesitation, gets it, bangs it right down the sideline. For you younger players, when you hesitate, look back to the middle. Not a good idea. Just bang it down the side to your attackman. Let them walk it behind and settle it. Yep. Oh.
Foothill Lacrosse. Andrew Cumming, his second goal today and his 31st on the season.
Andrew Cumming. One thing about Andrew Cumming, if you've watched him for the last couple of years, he is very good taking checks. He almost is the style of player who wants you to throw checks because he's just going to keep banging away. He's just going to not stop moving his feet. He's going to take checks and he's going to get topside, and that's exactly what he did. And that's a heck of a shot. Top shelf. Going back to Miles Smart on the faceoff, wins it behind him. Jake Harris. Nice ground ball caress. Oh, slick play, Andrew Cumming. Nasty.
Shot, that was Geis.
Slick play coming. That's my pet peeve when I'm coaching. Youngsters, stand in front of your attackman. When the ball rolls down the sideline, you got a 5-yard head start. You pick it up, you throw it back to your team. If you play behind him and you fight for it, you got a slick guy like that. He boxes you out, lifts your stick, picks it up, and now it's Foothill ball putting pressure on him. Riley Ahern.
Timeout, Foothill.
So as I mentioned, if you watch that, if guys are rewatching the game or whatever, if you play behind your guy on defense and they throw it over and they miss on the clear, you're fighting them for ground balls. It's too many possessions to give away. Play in front of them. You got a 5-yard lead, pick up the ground ball, bang it back. It would be Faith Lutheran ball. So yesterday we had Tesoro. Now I can't remember the score. Tesoro, I think, by about 3 over Beckman. Both teams looking very strong this year. I think Tesoro had a couple of guys out, and I think Beckman may have had 1 or 2 out, so that kind of evened out. But a couple of the better coaches out there. Matt Canoni for Beckman is just one of the best young lacrosse minds out here. I'd put him in there with Johnny Rodriguez of Mater Dei. It's just being super sharp guys. Really know the ins and outs of the game and really out here coaching for all the right reasons. On the other side, you have Brian Dunn, who came out of Corona Del Mar. You have also Nick Tintle, who's a superstar at UNC, plays for the Denver Outlaws and one of the good guys in Orange County lacrosse. If you've ever been up to his training facilities, he does great things with the kids up there, and he's just one of the good people out here. And then Reggie Scales, his son Khalil, plays as well. He's out of Salisbury as well. Can't keep count of the Salisbury guys out here, but Reggie's also just one of the nicest guys in Orange County lacrosse and extremely knowledgeable. So back in business for Foothill on offense. So it looks like kind of a zone for, sort of a matchup zone for Faith Lutheran, passing guys off. Britton Hosier on that one. Another timeout, Foothill. Coach Fox wants to talk it over again. That's a slick cut, given the Faith Lutheran zone fits by getting the crease out of there, then replacing and bringing attackman from behind. So there's multiple looks. Other games last night, we had a surging Yorba Linda 7-5 over Mater Dei. Mater Dei has goalie broke his hand, just bad luck. And they had another guy who's not around. So they essentially have a guy who's in there who I think it's about his second week in the cage. So if you've ever been around a lacrosse field up close, or you've ever been near somebody who lets one rip 85 miles an hour, it's no joke. So anybody who can get in the cage, period, has my respect. Anybody who can step in there as a former face-off guy in the middle of the season deserves all the credit. Got to respect that kid. And I'll get his name at halftime. I had it. I think it's Dolphin. If anybody wants to text me if they're out there, but just wanted to give him a shout out. That's big time. And again, at halftime, we had 10 seconds to go. We'll do some more shout outs to some of the college guys who are out there who might be tuning in and some of the younger high school players. Guy's going to initiate from behind. He's got a shorty, so this should be go time.
And that's the half.
That's the half. So
Foothill 7, Faith Lutheran 3.
So as I mentioned, let's just go right to some shout-outs. Goalie for Mater Dei, again, just going to reiterate, he was a FOGO, I think, 2 weeks ago. He's now in the cage, made some stops last night. Just got a tip of the cap. That's a tough spot to be in. And Coach Rodriguez has a few defensemen transferred in, still sitting out. So I think they'll be a different team when they come back. They will get back Antonio Shepard, who has improved dramatically over the year. He will, I think, be a force this season and next season as well for Mater Dei. I think we're going to jump right into an interview or two, and then we're going to go back to shout-outs. Let me know when we're good. Okay, great. Here, I'll go in the middle, I think. Yeah. Okay, so just wanted to take a minute at halftime to speak to the guys who came in from Nevada. You guys were the state champions last year, as I understand, and this year a little bit younger team. Where do you think you are in terms of the development of the team and how the trip affects that maybe?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we came out here to play the best competition we can find on the West Coast, and obviously we're seeing that today, and we saw it yesterday as well. And I think it's only helping our boys grow and kind of mature a little bit quicker than we could have done back home. So it's great for us. It's a great trip for us.
Okay. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, obviously an extremely well-coached team. You came out to see the Terps tonight. You played for Tillman for a year at Maryland. What are you looking at tonight in terms of any predictions or any feelings on where the Terps are this year?
Yeah, I'm a big Terps guy, so anytime we get the opportunity, I don't get to watch them much live, so anytime I get the opportunity to see them play live, it's always a pleasure. So Coach Tillman, he's always got well-trained, well-coached teams, and they're very methodical in what they do. He's a great coach. I'm pulling for the Terps tonight.
Okay.
I'm saying 10-6 Terps.
10-6. All right, and the Terps and Coach Tillman, obviously a favorite out here in Orange County. They've been out multiple times, and Coach Tillman is just a class act all the way. Jump on in. So here's the goalie. Give me your name again. I'm sorry.
My name's Barrick DeBoni.
Okay. I should know that by now because I've said the name about 10 times in the first half. He had a bunch of saves. I'm not sure what he's up to on the number of saves. 7 in the first half. That's not done every day. And the one thing I said that I don't think I've ever heard in my lacrosse life is 5 saves, 1 goal. So do you work on that in practice? I'm just curious.
Never. No, I do not.
You've never worked on that in practice?
No, never.
Okay, fantastic. Did you, as you started to come over the midfield line, what were you looking at on the cage? Were you looking at a spot on the cage? Were you just letting it rip? And what were you thinking?
Well, I was looking to see if our point guy was open because I want to move to him, but then no one came to me, so I just kept moving and went to the goal.
Outstanding. You had just a terrific first half. I hope you have a good second half, and just excellent watching you so far. Okay, great. Guys, thanks for coming out. I do appreciate it, Coach. Excellent meeting you, my friend.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Cool. Thanks. Nice meeting you. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kenny. Yep. So we're here with Coach Fox and Kenny Algio. Kenny's another guy, shouted out a couple of times in the first half, had some very, very good ground balls. What year are you now, Kenny?
2018.
2018.
Senior.
Okay, senior year. So where do you feel like as a team so far this year? Because I've seen you guys a few times. Do you, like in your development, do you feel like you guys are clicking yet, or do you feel like you've got a ways to go?
I definitely feel like we're clicking. We're starting to get the more experience with our younger defense, and we're starting to click more and do well now.
Terrific. And one thing I wanted to mention was, which is just about one of my favorite things that Foothill does, is chasing when they're man up. Do you feel like teams just are ready for it, aren't ready for it, or if they are ready for it, it doesn't matter? And as I mentioned on a couple of broadcasts, I think it goes back to the Ray Ralph era where it's super aggressive, Long Island style, push out on, in any situation.
Yeah, I feel like teams are definitely not ready for it, and it kind of scares them a little. So we get the pressure out on man down, and they kind of lose what they were trying to run as a play.
Outstanding. As a D guy, I love it because they're going away from the goal and they're man up. So thanks for coming out at halftime.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Coach Fox, always glad to see you out here. And team there's some very slick offense. It looks like they're running a bit of a zone. Do you guys work on your zone offense a lot, or just when you kind of know they're going to run it, or did you know they're running the zone?
Yeah, no, we didn't have any information on Faith Lutheran. I was at the Carolina dinner last night, which is amazing. Some of the guys went down and watched the game, but we're preparing for it a little bit just overall, but we don't spend a lot of time because we don't see it that much. So, we're just trying to make plays and enjoy the day. Great weather, a great team to play against, and really happy they're down here.
So, what was the tone? I'm always curious because having Maryland come in a few times, Carolina was in a few times. How did the players, are they loose at the dinner, or are they tight, or are they just worried about the game? Are they trying to get the dinner over with? As a player, I'm like, I don't want to do that, necessarily do it. And
Yeah, no, my table was awesome. We had Chris Cloutier at the table, and they love the food they're getting out here and the treatment. They're in a nice hotel. Carolina's just on here for the weekend, but the Terps are here for all week, so they're really enjoying their time. And it was just a blast. They made an effort to talk to all the kids that are at the banquet. They did such a good job just being here, and we're going to be out there cheering for them real loud for both teams today.
Excellent. What do you think for the second half, just in terms of, your ride seemed very, very aggressive and very, very good, and then the goalie comes, right down Main Street, and he said when I interviewed him, he's never practiced it. So, I'm assuming that's not a concern, but you guys just don't ever seem to turn off the aggressive ride.
Yeah, I mean, we're not quite executing on offense how we want, so we're just putting up the pressure, trying to get the ball back a little bit. We're playing a little slower than I'd like to. But yeah, the goalie's made two big plays, stopping that one-on-one with the hit on Hoffer, and then the goal. I mean, kudos to him. What a great half for him.
Yeah. As I was saying before, I've never heard 5 saves and 1 goal in a game. So, he's got – I guess I never see goalies score.
Game,
yeah, so far, so good. Yeah. All right, great. Good luck in the second half, Coach. All right, thank you.
So, stats for the first half. Parent meeting for all those attending the spring break trip. So please, after the varsity game, your president awaits.
So as I mentioned earlier, we wanted to do a couple of shout-outs to some of the guys who did a very, very good job over the week or don't get as much press. So as I mentioned, Yorba Linda 7-5 last night. A couple of brothers, the Krause brothers, Trevor, Tyler, TNT. Tyler, 2 goals, 1 assist. Trevor, a freshman, 2021, was covering Sean Waterman, who's absolutely outstanding attackman from Mater Dei. So the brothers together in a 7-5 win when you're 2-1, and the other brothers helping to guard the best player on the other team. That's an accomplishment. So once again, shout out to the Krause brothers, Trevor and Tyler. Shout out, if you're out there, Granny Ruth in Montana. She is watching her grandson, Caden Rogers, number 19 for Faith Lutheran. We hope you're enjoying the game. Your other grandson came by and gave me the heads up. So, thanks for tuning in. A couple of other quick shout-outs, and we'll get to some more in the second half if we can. Kevin Kotsis, former Foothill player, sophomore. Holy Cross, 3 goals, 2 assists today against Quinnipiac, and they needed every bit of that scoring. Holy Cross, 14. Quinnipiac, 13. If you saw Kevin play when he was in high school, he's a fantastic player. One of my local favorites, coached him as a youngster a little bit. Hayden Ruiz, BU, senior, 2 goals, 2 assists against Lafayette, BU 12, Lafayette 8. Jimmy Giannis, Jimmy, 13 goals, 7 assists in 8 games for Hofstra. Go get him, Jimmy. Back to live action here in the second half. Fox bangs it over to Geis. Gonna go to Riley Ahern up top. Ahern gonna bang it behind. Looks like going back to man for Faith Lutheran. Oh, Ahern up top. Another stop, 8 stops on the day.
8th save of the day.
There's Britton House here on the shot. Nice stop. Elijah Gephardt gets one off. Backed up by Faith. Once again, we are starting the third quarter, start of the second half, 7-3 Foothill. New goalie for Foothill, Ethan Sepulveda, senior. Gonna get it back to Gephardt. He's had a couple of nice dodges today. Good athlete. Oh, nice checks. Jake Karras, tough on the bottom hand. Oh, nice stop.
By Foothill goal, Ethan Sepulveda.
Nice stop, Sepulveda. Foothill goal.
Goal, Foothill Lacrosse, Josh Fox. Goal by Josh Fox, Foothill.
Josh Fox on the goal. As I mentioned, Fox having a big year.
By Riley Ahern.
Riley Ahern on the assist. As I mentioned, Fox had 5 the other night against CDM. He's had some other big games. I think at one point he was equal goals and assists on the year. Miles Smart taking the draw. But a loose ball hold against Faith Lutheran. We're going to go Foothill possession. Dupree's going to start with it. Over to Cumming. Bangs it up top to Geis. Faith Lutheran pushing out a little bit more in the second half. Here goes Geis with a pole. He's going to dodge the alley. Oh, nasty move. Nice last second check by Marcelo Blanco again. Excellent last minute check. Another stop.
Shot by Andrew Cummings, saved by Derek DeBoni.
Ninth save of the day for DeBoni. Got to hurry now. Got to clear this thing if they want to Get it over in time. There we go. You heard the buzzer, or you didn't? I did. You heard the buzzer of the ref, or excuse me, I did. So they just beat the clock by maybe a tick or two. So 8-3, I think Faith Lutheran going to try to get a decent possession here and just see if they can kind of chip away. I think that'll be a 30-second push. Nope, maybe not. Cross check.
Penalty on Foothill, Kenny Algio. Cross check, 1 minute.
So 1 minute man up. Let's see what they run here, Faith Lutheran. So went open set, got a guy on the crease, 2 on the crease now, kind of running a diamond. Oh, he let that rip. So it looks like a lot of movement inside. No crease, 1 crease, and then two guys inside. There goes 1 cutting to the crease, 2 cutting to the crease. So pretty much sort of a 1-4, but in a box formation. Foothill, as we talked about, halftime, pressing out, man down. Oh, great outlet pass. Mark Joy. Good ground ball, Marcelo Blanco. He gets it to Gephardt. This kid's a good athlete. Gephardt can really run. I show Gephardt as a freshman. If he's a freshman, he's nasty. Wow. Yeah, if he's a freshman, he's legit. Oh. Easy call for the official there. Loose ball push on Foothill. Yeah, I wasn't giving Gephardt enough credit as a freshman. This kid's up and down the field. He's been very good. Oh, another nice move by Gephardt. If he's slick, he'll use that commentary on his highlight film. Had a couple of years ago where Buckman, I said, was the best player in Orange County as a sophomore. And next thing I know, he has it on his highlight film. And we see how he turned out. Interference call off the ball on Foothill. Nick Murphy going to trigger. Good pressure, Foothill.
Timeout. Safety.
So as we mentioned, Coach for Faith Lutheran had mentioned he's got a young team coming back. We're state champs last year. Let's see what we got for DeBoney's been a star today. He's actually a senior, but Gephardt, as I mentioned, a freshman. Bunch of freshmen. I'm just looking at the roster right now. Nick Murphy, who's been very good as a junior. Not a lot of seniors, a couple seniors in the lineup, but other than that, it's mostly freshmen and sophomores. What's that? Oh, okay. So Geepart, I was just announced. I'm looking at. I must have the last year's roster. He is a sophomore, so doesn't really make much difference. He's still very, very, very good. I mean, he plays like he's a senior out there. Looks physically mature, but he is a sophomore. Dylan Porterfield's going to start from the wing. He's got a shorty. Oh, slick play. Slick play. Nick Murphy on the goal. 22.
Oh, Faith Lutheran.
22.
22.
Nick Murphy.
Nick Murphy, his second goal of the day.
Slick little play there. Porterfield dodges the kind of from the side, bangs it behind, and Murphy comes off a pick and just he's standing at about, can't see from this angle, but probably at about 8 yards and puts it away. We're now at an 8-4 count, 6 minutes to go in the third. Once again, Devin Arkeson here from lockdownd.com. If you're not playing the defense you want, go to lockdownd.com. Email me, and we'll get it going. Foothill going to settle it here and get a good possession. Guy we mentioned a few times today who's been playing a very good game. Here we go, ground ball, Faith Lutheran. Oh, nice ground ball there. Good wheels, great rollback. Got to keep running here. Bangs it over to Gephardt. Failure to advance, but still a good job by the defenseman there. Guy we mentioned a few times today, Marcelo Blanco. His father's tuning in. We want to give him a shout out. And we've mentioned his Marcelo's name multiple times today. Had a great double early on. Has just been all over the field, and he's just been a standout player today. Geis up to Ahern. Back to Geis. Ahern's going to get through. Set a pick. So Geis has been going from up top most of the game. He's got a shorty. This should be go time unless they switch off from behind with a shorty on him. He's going to lean on him a little.
Goal, Foothill Lacrosse. Unassisted Ellis Geis. His 4th of the day and 14th of the season.
So, as I mentioned, Geis behind the cage with a shorty is going to be time to go every time, in my opinion. So, nice move, inside roll, and sticks it. Sort of with no more dive for years and years and years now, but the inside roll is sort of a lost art. That's a nice inside roll right there. That shows when they overplay topside, if you can hook them and get underneath, you're going to stick it. Going back to Michael Logan on the faceoff. Chad Dupree going to bring it in for Foothill. Bang it down to Cumming. Bang it behind to Fox. Well, you don't see that very often from Foothill. Threw it away there, so we'll be Faith Lutheran clearing. Once again, 9-4, 3:50 to go in the third. So offsides was the call. I think he's going to take that one back at 4 back. So he was the ref here was just pretty much watching the defenseman trying to get back. The defenseman actually didn't need to get back. Gephardt again. Bangs it to Nick Murphy. Drake Mosier, nice cut inside. They just didn't hook it up, but that's the way to come to the ball, flash your stick. Just didn't happen. Mark Joy up the field, nice switch to his right hand. He's a natural lefty to Dupree, down the side to Andrew Cumming, back to Dupree. Fox on the rebound.
Goal, Foothill Lacrosse. Josh Fox, unassisted goal. His second of the day. And 26th of the season.
So Fox.
2:52 left in the third quarter. Score Foothill 10, Faith Lutheran 4.
Fox makes it 10-4. Couldn't see how far out he was on this, but if his hands are free from 8, which is about what it looked like, or 6, that one's going in. Not a lot of goalies are going to stop that. Not even a fiery hot Barack Daboni. My bad, as the referees call my bad. Literally. The drama of Juarez. Oh, that's a clean one right there. Went quick, too. Sometimes when the refs hold them down there for a while, it gets trickier. Pistone to Geis. Geis.
Shot, Ellis, guys.
Great ball movement. Pistone, very accurate pass. Austin Walker, haven't mentioned him a bunch. He's headed to D3 Elmhurst. He's doing a nice job. I mean, Andrew Cummings is a sensational player, and guarding him's no joke, but he's doing a good job today. Got to get it going again. A little slow on the clear today. Foothill in a 10-man, which I should have probably noticed earlier, but Foothill in the 10-man. Cage is sort of open. Nope. Oh, here we go. Backside.
Ethan Sepulveda with the save and clear.
Ahern pushes it. Austin Walker now matched up on Geis. I don't know if that's been more of the matchup today, but whoever he's been on, he's done a nice job.
Goal, Foothill Lacrosse. Ellis Geis. His 5th goal of the day.
Geis, a little rock move back, or whatever you want to call it, kind of just jukes him back, and once he gets topside from 4 or 5 yards, he's going to stick that one as well. Not a lot the goalie can do on that one. For you youth players, you got to maintain topside. Shout out, quick shout out, Jake Tom, 7th grader, LA area. Comes down to work out with Lockdown D in Orange County, made the Mad Dog national team. He's nasty. He played for the JV Loyola box team as a 7th grader. Not a lot of guys can do that. Jake the Snake Tom, shout out to him, and his dad played at St. Ignatius back in the day. 1:20 to go in the third. Oh, Easton Babb from Fox.
Goal, Foothill Lacrosse. Easton Babb with the goal. Assist by number 8, Josh Fox.
As we mentioned earlier, Fox is the master of spotting young players in the right spot. Seems like every time he gets Easton Babb in there this season, he's getting shots. And when Easton Babb gets shots with his hands free, he's been sticking them this year. He's a nice player. Going right back to Miles Smart. Mark Joy on the ground ball, switches to his right hand, which is his offhand, back to the goalie. That was a nasty face-off move by Miles Smart, just punched and got the ball out of there. 10-man ride, took a shot at goal. This is when you got to push that ball right now. Oh, good action. Nice, clean hit. Mark Joy. Good clean hit. Good action.
Goal, Foothill Lacrosse. Unassisted by Ellis Geis. Great defensive play by Mark Joy at the midline. Create that turnover.
That's the lost art of legal hits because the refs want to call everything. I think I'm on the same page. If you listen to Carcaterra on ESPN, he's always telling you pretty much a hit is going to get called. So good no call by the refs. It is a violent game. They do wear helmets and gloves. Great hit, Mark Joy, and the goal by Geis. Looks like Foothill goes early. Faith Lutheran ball. Foothill's still going to press out. Aggressive D. Jake Karras, aggressive D. 5 seconds to go here. 3Q, flag is down. Haven't seen the call yet.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Foothill Lacrosse 13, Faith Lutheran 4. And Foothill will be starting man up. Penalty on Faith Lutheran, number 10, Chandler Peterson, cross check for 1 minute.
So that'll be a cross check. Faith Lutheran will start up. A man to start the fourth quarter. Foothill leads 13-4. Once again, quick shout out, Mike Nolan tuning in from Nevada to see Sean Nolan. Granny Ruth in Montana coming in, looking to see her grandson, Caden Rogers. Also in Nevada, Tom and Lorenzo tuning in to see Marcelo Blanco. So last night, St. Margaret's beat Faith Lutheran. They're undefeated on the season. Foothill off to a very strong start, so they look to probably be the two favorites to come out of Orange County. Up north, I think it probably looks like Loyola, I think, beat PV, and PV, this might be their year. They have yet to win a CIF title. They've gotten to the final multiple times, but yet to break through. So this could be Coach Burrell's year to finally get a title. Across the street. I think. Hey, is the closest bathroom for her across the street?
The other one's way over at the
Okay. I told her across the street.
And the start of the fourth quarter. Away we go.
So we're going to be man up. Oh, what was he? What was he? 1-on-1. 1 point. Yeah. All right, so we're starting, correcting myself here, we're starting man up for Foothill to start the fourth. Good look inside, right idea, just didn't hook it up. A little bit of transition here, good ground ball. Bang! Goal by Drake Mosier there.
Goal, Faith Lutheran. Number 19, Caden Rogers.
I thought it was 1. It was 19. I thought it was 1.
It was 1?
Yeah, I think so.
Correction, 1, Drake Mosher with the goal. 19 with the ground ball and assist.
So I have Mosher. I could be wrong because I had Gephardt wrong. I thought I had him listed as a freshman, but he's a sophomore. Mosher is is listed on my sheet as a freshman as well. He's a good athlete, and that's a nice play. Oh, good action right there, and the refs let it go. I love it. Love it. Perfectly good hit right in the chest. Good action. Finally getting some hitting back in this game. Who knows? Slow play is leaving college. Maybe hitting will come back too, and then we'll actually have a good game going. The days of slow down ball of the early 2000s and the mid 2000s is kind of starting to die here a little bit. Oh, nice move inside. Oh. Quick shout out here. R.C. Schultz in Wisconsin tuning in. Glad you're around. That's Mason Schultz is his grandson playing for Faith. And also Kendra from Las Vegas as well tuning in. We're glad you're tuning in. We're happy to shout you out. R.C. Schultz, glad to have you on board coming in from the Cheese State. Oh, nice stop. Nice stop. Sepulveda. Not so nice outlet. Another one on Foothill here. So it looks like
penalty, 25.
Foothill.
30 seconds. Foothill, 3 men down.
Want to shout out Sherwin Gersten. Cleveland State had a goal against Penn State today. Sherwin, one of the nicest kids to come out of Orange County, out of Corona Del Mar. Oh, nice stop. Great stop right there. 6 on 3 too. Here comes Mark Joy. Nice check right there. That's Drake Mosier. Good hustle, Drake. Drake's having a heck of a game. So once again, Sherwin, it's Cleveland State. And if you don't know much about Cleveland State, Dylan Sheridan was the guy who came in from, here we go on a long clearing pass. Dylan was the guy who came in. Tip, red. Dylan Sheridan was the guy who came in when he was recruiting for Denver and scooped a lot of the best Orange County players. He's going to get it done at Cleveland State. If you're looking at colleges and you're a young player, I would definitely take a look Dylan is just one of the nicest guys in the lacrosse community. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if he knew. He'll probably watch the replay. Dylan will probably watch this because he knows that Orange County is happening right now, and LA and San Diego. He's going to find guys out here. Always the hot dog. Man, lets it. Oh, down the side. I thought that was a shot. 2-on-1. Oh, Fox elevator ride. Brutal.
Oh,
Woo!
Across. Josh Fox.
Big time elevator ride.
And hat trick for the day. Assisted by number 3, Andrew Cumming.
So that
Second assist of the day.
Cumming on the assist. That's one way you can beat a 10-man ride is if you throw long, 40, 50-yard passes accurately, you're going to burn it. Another shout-out, quick one to Brennan Greenwald. He got a lot of time for Drexel last week in a number. He's a freshman at Drexel out of CDM. He got a bunch of time, and they upset a top 10 team in Georgetown. Another program on the rise, no doubt. Outstanding coaching staff at Drexel. And we're going to go clear it, long pass. Oh, that's what we call a buddy pass back in the day. Fox out with it, has a half a step, bangs it over to Geis. Gonna settle it here. 8.5 to go, 14-4 Foothill, 15-4.
Goal, Foothill Lacrosse. Josh Fox with the goal. Assist by number 7, Chad Dupre. Goal, Josh Fox.
That's Chad Dupre to Josh Fox. As we mentioned, Dupre, one of the freshmen. Fox has been sensational so far this season. Gonna go back to Miles Smart on the draw. Oh, nice ground ball. Brendan Heffern, good ground ball. He looks like he might be a freshman too. A lot of youngsters on this team. Good pressure, Joy. Oh, wow. He's going to get called for a hold, but good pressure there.
Penalty on Foothill, number 6, Mark Joy. Hold. 30 seconds. Faith Lutheran, man up.
Faith Lutheran will be man up. Let's see what they run here. Good pressure. That's what we talked about earlier. Foothill pushes out, man down, and they're going to get a transition out of it. Give and go. Back to the pole. Kenny Algio just got checked at the last minute, but that's what pressure will bring. They're a man down and they get a fast break out of it. Jake Karras. Geis behind the net. He had a shorty for a minute. He's still got a shorty.
Save. Stolen by Eric Daboni.
Daboni snags that one. That's good goalie play. So he wasn't a shot. Looked like it was, well, either way, Faith Lutheran ball here. Noah Farich. Wow, how did he not get that push? Jay Karras, great check right there. Good aggressive ground ball play by both teams. Great hustle both ways. No quitting Faith Lutheran, that's for sure. Nice ground ball, Ethan Sepulveda coming out of the net. 6 minutes to go. Faith Lutheran, no quit. Very aggressive on the ground balls, as is Foothill. So good action still going on, as we mentioned. Coach of Faith Lutheran, I think a 09 Maryland guy. So obviously I think that was off the pipe. They're very well coached, that same team. I believe Jimmy Burrell. Pretty sure Jeremy Sieberts, who's got it going on up at Oaks Christian. So a lot of good coaches out on the West Coast now coming out of Terps land. Slick move.
Goal, Foothill Lacrosse. Unassisted goal by number 8, Josh Fox. His 5th of the day and 29th of the season.
Fox unassisted. Austin Walker once again headed to Elmhurst. Had a great game. Little aggressive, and Fox is he's slick, man. Inside rolled him and stuck it from about 3 yards out. Going back to Michael Logan on the faceoff. Oh, he gets it out. The big man, Mark Joy. Bangs it to Roman Pistone. Ooh, Fox just misses. We got a
new goalie for Foothill.
Braden Webb in there for Foothill in the cage. So a couple freshmen back in there, Roman Pistone, as well as Easton Babb. Oh, slick play.
Save, Faith Lutheran.
That was a little bit of a spot feed. Pistone kind of rolled away and knew exactly where he was going to be and just banged it kind of right to the spot, right to his stick. Oh.
Goal, Faith Lutheran. Number 5, Braden Heffer.
So,
His first goal of the day.
Unassisted right down the 405. Brandon Heffern. He gets put down. To me, that's just good lacrosse. Putting down the shooter one step. If you don't want to get hit, don't go in there. You pay the price. I wouldn't be pissed at the refs. It's unfortunate he's hurt, but that's part of the game. Hopefully he'll be fine. So we're at 16-6, 4:30 to go in the fourth. So it looked like a bang-bang play, but outstanding goal once again by Brandon Heffern. And he's up, so maybe just the wind knocked out of him. As Paul Carcaterra talks about a lot on ESPN, he's a Yorktown guy, tough high school program, played at Syracuse, similar to kind of the Central New York game, where I played in college up in that area, Syracuse, Hobart. Cornell, Cortland. You come inside, you get hit, And that's the price of, you know, if you want to score, you got to pay the piper. That's why they have helmets and gloves. Dupree on the wing, Miles Smart on the face-off, Mark Joy on the other wing. Well, Smart wins the move, but they don't win the ground ball. Oh, Riley Ahern had a chance for transition, but up 16-6, wants to be safe with the ball, going to bang it around a little bit. Good pressure, D. Chandler Peterson.
Shot. Foothill Lacrosse. Interference. Foothill possession.
Easton Babb going to goalie change for Faith Lutheran. I believe that's 20. Gabriel Bethart. He'll see his first action of the day. Dupree going to roll back. Keeps going. Oh! Textbook hit right in the chest. Wow, I haven't seen this much hitting in a game in a while where the flags aren't flying and they're good, clean hits to the chest. If you're a youth player, stop hitting high and stop pushing your arms out. Man up, put your shoulder in his chest and knock him down. Maybe a little shot for some transition here for Foothill. Maybe the other way. Faith Lutheran, no quit. Oh, pole to pole to pole. Well, if you're watching teams like Virginia, Brown these days, pushing the ball is coming back big time. You got to have good poles to do it. Faith Lutheran right there at 2 poles, banging it back and forth. Oh, nice ground ball. Tough turnover. Oh, Gephardt, brutal ride. Good aggressive ride, got him for the push, but you got to give it to Gephardt playing all the way. Foothill ground ball. Andrew Cumming. Oh, good pressure, Foothill. Here comes Ahern. Excellent ride by Foothill. Ahern with the ball. Probably going to take a little air out of it here. Minute 52 to go. Up by 10. Coach Fox probably going to look for a long possession. Andrew Cummings shot. Good check at the end. Oh, nice ground ball. Easton Babb. Smooth player. Josh Fox up top. He's got a shorty. It's go time for him. Oh, nice look inside. Didn't see who that was. Fox took Andrew Cumming inside. That's good lacrosse. Not a lot of guys can throw that straight down feed at the high school level, especially, you know, in a game this physical. 1 minute to go. 1 minute. 16-6 is your score. Foothill on top. But once again, for the Faith Lutheran fans out there, a well-coached team, just a young team coming into a team who's pretty good this year, but no quit at all. Just well-coached, classy team. Riley Ahern unassisted.
Goal, Foothill Lacrosse, number 34, Riley Ahern, unassisted goal, Foothill Lacrosse. His first goal of the day.
How many did Geis have? Do we have any idea?
6 goals, no assists.
Geis on the day, six goals.
Fox had 5, 2 assists.
Fox had 5 and 2, so Fox had 7 points. Geis had 6 goals. That's a lot. We're back to Michael Logan. It wins it out in front to himself. Here we go. Oh, and a shot at a fast break. He's good. Not a lot of guys have one face-off guy this good. They have 2. Roman Pistone, we mentioned earlier, he's a freshman, outstanding athlete. He can fly super quick. Oh, it was Joe coming, wasn't it? Can't tell. Joe coming on the shot. Easton Babb. That'll do it.
And that is game. Foothill Lacrosse with the win, 17. Faith Lutheran, 6.
Your final score,
Thank you for coming out to Foothill Lacrosse.
17-6.
Remember,
Foothill, Monday.
Foothill parent meeting right after this game.
Faith Lutheran plays Mater Dei. Johnny Rodriguez's Mater Dei team versus Faith Lutheran Monday. Come on out once again. This is Devin Arkeson of LockdownD.com. If you're not playing the defense you want, give me an email and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thanks. We're going to talk to a couple more of the Foothill guys. Michael Logan here, as I mentioned, the first broadcast, and then today. Most teams don't have one face-off guy as good as Michael, and Foothill this year has two with him and Miles Smart. What today? Were they switching face-off guys, or did they have one?
They're using about 3 guys, I think.
Okay. So when you guys at Foothill, how do you normally work it, like in a big game? Do you just see who's hot, or do you just go back and forth, or how's that work for you?
It's going back and forth and mixing up the strategies, because if you use one guy, then they get accustomed to that one guy's strategies. So if you use 2, it keeps them guessing and keeps them on their toes. So that's just the ultimate objective for both of them.
And do you kind of have like distinctive, not that you want to tell anybody who's listening, but like, do you have this distinctive move versus Miles that kind of like maybe there's a guy who has a tendency? Do you look at that?
Not necessarily. He taught me how to face off, so it's more just the same moves, but I kind of like to put, I guess, steps. So I think about it before I go out there to face off and visualize it, and then when I'm out there, I just do the actions like I visualize in my brain. And if one thing doesn't go wrong, then I also have a fallback move that I can use if he's beating me.
Awesome. Great answer. It's awesome. I'm always excited about how face-offs work. Tell us where you're going next year, because I had mentioned on the broadcast you're committed, and kind of how you picked your school.
Yeah. I'm attending Limestone College next year, so class 2022. And so, do you want me to explain how I chose that school?
Or what was your? I missed it. What was your school again?
Limestone College.
Oh, okay. And how did you pick it?
I was originally committed to Colorado State University of Pueblo, but as I progressed throughout summer and kept working on my skills, I just decided that it wasn't going to be a good fit for me. So then I reopened my recruitment process, and Limestone reached out to me. So then I decided, why not give it a look? And so then I talked to the coaching staff and looked at the players, and then I talked to previous alumni that they had there, and I visited the school, and I just decided that Limestone was the place for me to be, and it's going to be my future home for the next 4 years.
Awesome. That's another great answer. And I know a lot of guys, it was my experience when I was a player, and a lot of guys, they just get a vibe for school. They feel it's right, and what you mentioned was a good fit. So congratulations on today's win, and good luck in the season. All right. Good meeting you. We're going to go to Josh Fox. As I mentioned a few times over the broadcast, he's on fire this year. Had 5 against CDM. I think you were 5-1 or 5-2 today. Looks like your shot, I don't know, previous years I've noticed it, but this year it looks like you just have a lot of torque and super accurate. Has anything changed this year, or is it just you're just getting your shots? Or
just a lot of shooting in the off season, just coming here on Sundays and Saturdays, and coming out with Ellis guys and Andrew Cumming, and yeah, they're both doing really good this year, and they're just setting me up in open spots where I could just step down and shoot it with no one on my hands.
That's a great point for the younger players out there, is the guys who are good, who are getting better, are refining their skills, not necessarily playing crazy high-end club. They're out here doing it when they have the opportunity. What do you, as far as this season, do you guys think you're close to where you'll be offensively, or have a lot of improving, or just kind of refine? Because you guys have played together for a couple of years.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of room to improve, and we have a couple guys who are injured. We have 3 middies that are out right now, so getting them back, I think that'll be a good boost for our offense. So I think we still got a long way up. We can still go.
Excellent. And as I always mention every year, Foothill plays a very, very, I always say it, Foothill will play anybody, anytime, anywhere, and traditionally have. So you have some of those big games coming up. So how do you think that affects your team psyche as the season goes on?
Yeah, it's always really good for us to get out there and play some good teams, because win or lose, you get better as a team playing against those good teams, whereas you don't take any games off and you get better no matter what. So, yeah.
Awesome. You're having a great year so far. I appreciate you stopping by, and nice seeing you.
Thank you.
Okay, see you later. Dished it out today and took it as well. Good, aggressive action. Remind me.
I'm Mark.
Mark, yeah, I know. I said it all game. I remember I've seen you play for a few years. It just blanked because I was talking to those guys. But Mark Joy, good action in between the lines. You had some awesome ground balls. Switched to your offhand where you were great in the clearing game.
Yeah.
Was that me? It seemed like there was more hitting going on that they were letting go. That was good, clean hitting.
Yeah, I was happy with that today. We were allowed to hit a little bit more.
Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves is like too many flags, and you're the kind of guy who's not afraid to mix it up.
I rely on that somewhat, so it's really helpful in the midfield.
Yeah, terrific. So what do you, going forward in the season, how do you guys feel about like defensively? Do you have like a long way to go improving wise, or do you think you're kind of like you have some seniors and you have some freshmen out there as well?
Yeah, we have a lot of younger guys. We got 3 seniors on D. But we have a few guys who aren't here right now, so they'll be coming back next game pretty strong, and then we'll just keep improving. We have a few more defenses to put in, so.
Okay, terrific. And what is there any particular? I think you still have like some of the San Diego teams to come. So are those like some of the bigger rivalries for the Orange County San Diego thing? I know got hot like 3 or 4 years ago, or it was a big thing. Did those big rivalries for you guys?
Yeah, I'd say Poway is a pretty big rivalry. Not really any other teams. Maybe St. Margaret's, but they're not. They're OC, right?
I should have known he'd say Poway because Poway is a physical game, and this guy's a physical kid. All right, Mark, thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. All right, so that'll do it from Foothill High for the day. Thank you.